There is nothing like the World Cup, nothing like the knockout rounds. It went all the way to penalties, and it's Argentina who will be advancing. Can you believe what you just saw, LME?
I have no idea where to start. I have no idea what to say. I don't know how much I'm going to make sense. That was exactly why we love this game, why we love this sport, why we love the World Cup, why it has entertainment and thrills and goals and sneaky free kicks and Lionel Messi and Dibu Martinez. It was ridiculous in every single way. Everything was a chapter that had drama at the end. Everything was a telenovela. Everything was a match within a match. Everything was a fight within a fight. Oh, and by the way, the ref also wanted to be the protagonist here with 14 cards as well. This was unbelievable. One of the best games, most thrilling matches in recent World Cup history. I don't know where to begin. I don't even know if I've made sense, Kay Murray. Unbelievable. Congratulations, Argentina. And vamos, Emiliano Dibu Martinez. Aston Villa with you all the way.
Well, listen, that's actually where we'll start, because I know Shaka can't stay with us for too long, and we'll keep picking out bits about Berghuis as well. We must talk about him. We'll talk about Messi, don't worry. But let's talk about Emi Martinez, Shaka Hislop.
Yeah, an incredible performance between the sticks and in the penalty shootout. I mean, saving the first two, it really gives Argentina a buffer in the penalty shootout. And more to that point, it leaves the Dutch with no room for error. Okay, the final three penalties were converted, but I thought the start that he gave them allowed Argentina's kickers to step up with a certain amount of confidence and a little sense of relaxation. Of course, Lionel Messi taking the first for Argentina. Whenever we have penalty shootouts, whenever we have upsets, as we had earlier on today, there's always a discussion around who goes first and the order and where do you put your best penalty takers. This time, Argentina going with Lionel Messi as their first penalty taker. Remember, he also scored one during the 90 minutes. So to take a penalty in a penalty shootout, it really becomes a battle of wills, as it were. It becomes a psychological battle. But he again passed that with incredible flying colors. And it allowed Argentina to relax into the job that was still at hand to do.
Yeah, Lionel Messi, Gab, we must talk about him, obviously, as we're just hearing there from Shaka, taking 2 penalties on the night and a pass that was so sublime for that goal from Molina as well. The magic man just continuing to deliver.
Yeah, I was obviously early on in the game. They ended up scoring, I think, roughly the same time as it against the Australia game. Yeah, big game, big Messi performance.
It really was. It really was. So what stood out for you the most then, Gab? Because there's probably a few little storylines here. I think what was, just to add to all the drama at the very end of it, to see Lautaro Martinez, after the World Cup he's been having, stand up and that responsibility be on his shoulders. It was a huge moment for him. And in this moment, it's almost like all that weight of what we've seen so far from him couldn't be off his shoulders, at least for now.
Yeah, obviously Lautaro's been criticized. He had the starts early on, and to come back and do a lot of the hard running later in the game. Obviously, that was really big, and then obviously the biggest responsibility of all, converting the penalty.
Yeah, just wonderful stuff to see. So, what stood out to you the most then, LME? Now that you've had time to catch your breath and think about everything that we've just seen.
I don't know. It's so difficult to decipher. Let's begin with that. Ridiculous pass from Lionel Messi, that reverse assist, one of the best I've seen. It was so good that I think Nathan Ake was still looking for it 5 seconds after the goal happened. It was unbelievable. And I think in the first half, it was really instrumental just to show how, yes, we've been talking about Messi dependencia, and Netherlands were doing pretty well to that point. Argentina were not being as aggressive from a diagonal passing perspective. So Messi had to be like, look, let me just take care of that. So that to me is a speaking moment. And it looked pretty good throughout the game. Obviously, the penalty and the Netherlands got to go back. But, that free kick, Kay Murray, is worth talking about. The one that equalized for the Netherlands and sent it to extra time. It was so Dutch. It was subtle, genius, sneaky, and it took a Burnley striker to send the Netherlands to extra time, which added just that extra sense of excitement. And then obviously, I was happy to see that Argentina, because psychologically, they really could have fallen in extra time and they didn't. And then the man of the hour, Emiliano Martinez, just amazing. Just amazing. I mean, I can talk about him all day. I won't.
Yeah, about Weghorst as well. Honestly, we've seen some amazing footage. If you're following the Bundesliga, you'll know all about this player. This is a player who is no stranger to scoring goals. He's really, really stepped up in this World Cup as well. Even when he was at Wolfsburg, we're looking at every other game, he's scoring a goal, this player. And that was nothing new as well, that free kick that Luis was just talking about. This footage that's come up, I think it was against Bielefeld about 2 years ago, that he's done something very similar to that. So I don't know who's scouting that, if they expected that anything like that might happen in those moments. But Gab's had to shoot off. Something's come up. Obviously, he's in Qatar right now, so there's a lot going on, especially at a time like this. And I know that we'll also have Shaka going off soon as well. But Shaka, what's your overriding thought of this? Do you think Argentina are a deserved winner in the end in this? Or when it comes to a penalty shootout, can you just say it could have gone either way and you can't really decide who was the deserving team in this?
Yeah, in a penalty shootout, so you judge who's deserving winners over the 90 minutes or 120 minutes. But I thought Argentina was certainly the better of the two teams over 90 minutes. So I have to say I thought they were a little bit lucky in some regards. How Paredes stayed on the park is simply beyond me. I thought the referee was very kind. Very, very kind to allow Paredes to continue as he did. He could have been sent off on a couple of occasions. But the big concern, despite Argentina, as I say, I feeling better, being better over the course of the 90 minutes, is that they again throw away, or let me not say again, but they throw away a 2-goal lead where it was very comfortable or felt very comfortable. And it was just a matter of time. And give the Dutch credit for that well-worked free kick at the very end. That was a gutsy move. But to that point, I think about Argentina in their last game against Australia. 2 goals up, concede one, and very easily could have conceded a second, but for Emiliano Martinez, again, coming up trumps in what, the 94th, 95th, something like that. And that's a concern. If we are talking about, especially Brazil's exit, the favorites left in this competition, defensively, that's not been World Cup winning finishes to these games, certainly from a defensive perspective. So that is something that Lionel Scaloni, once it does settles, will have to address with his troops. But give Argentina their credit. Oftentimes when somebody comes back from 2 down, momentum in the Dutch camp, you often see the penalty shootout go in favor of that team. But Argentina certainly bucked that trend.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN Plus.